Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back to your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we are going to be talking about Ripple and XRP, as well as the vast majority of crypto and finance. And with that being said, I hope that you are all having a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are out there in the world. So what if I told you that the AMM, the automated market maker on the XRP ledger for the amendment, was a secret piece of the puzzle? You'd believe me, because for the last couple weeks and even months, we have been hinting at how big the AMM actually is. But what if I told you that now this could be the secret to Ripple and XRP revolutionizing the SWIFT network? Let's talk about it. So first and foremost, the AMM right now has 26 yays. The consensus is 74%. We need 28 yeses on the AMM in order for this to be passed, but it also has to hold and maintain that consensus for, I think it was a few days or maybe even a week or so. I forgot the time frame on it, but regardless, we are still watching this closely for this to be approved. There has already been some great amendments approved so far. For an example, you can actually see all of the enabled ones here. The clawback was a big one that we have been waiting for. The EVM and things like that, they're still in question, but there already has been some significant ones approved. We're still watching the DID, the AMM, the Exchange Bridge, and a few other ones for a major pass, but we are still remaining patient for the most part on these, but the AMM is very significant. I do think that if you hold XRP, you should 100% be focused on the AMM. Now let's talk about a few things on why. So first off, big shout out to ISO22, Let's Do It. On February 24th, he put out this post. We have on-chain finance can make cross-border transactions faster, more verifiable, and 60 to 80% cheaper than the cost incurred by traditional models, according to an article co-authored by the Boston Consulting Group and Fireblocks. Now, mind you, the BCG is the one that has been talking about the $16 trillion tokenization opportunity. They have been on par with a lot of the major predictions regarding tokenization in the entire crypto space. But here we have the cross-border permission DeFi model. We have blockchain A and blockchain C on the right side, with blockchain B at the center point. Now, at the center, you have the AMM, the liquidity pool. And the way that all of this works is you have blockchain A with institution X. We have AML KYC, and we also have the sender on the bottom. We have the fiat wallet, mint on-ramp, digital token wallet A, wrap token wallet B goes into the liquidity pool, and this is the whitelisters at the top. This is the core payment environment on blockchain B with whitelisted wallets. And then you also have the liquidity provider 1, 2, and then you also have the arbitragers. All of this is going into the liquidity pool. And on the other side, we have wrapped token wallet C, unwrapped digital token wallet D. This is with blockchain C, burn and off ramp. And then you also have the AML KYC with institution Y and the receiver with the fiat wallet. Now, all of this is still in that instant settlement aspect. It's still 3 to 5 seconds, but I'm very curious on how this came to be. This is a very interesting model, and the AMM seems to be the secret sauce regarding this. Is that big green circle, the AMM liquidity pool, what we have been waiting for this entire time? And is this the last piece of the puzzle needed prior to, regulations and things like that we have been waiting for? In my opinion, the AMM is going to be very significant. I've talked about it in the past. It provides a ton of liquidity and opportunity for all ecosystem players on the XRP ledger. It's going to change the entire game around XRP and also the entire XRP ledger. But also, I think that this sets it up to be a one-stop shop for cross-border payments and for the future of finance. I think that this is a major piece of the puzzle. But also, many individuals started to weigh in on this. XRP Drop said the AMM is the center and the core of the cross-border permission DeFi model. And then Chad Steingraber also hinted at AMM at the center, XRP. Swift becomes Ripple. And again, if we look at Swift and as we look at Ripple and as we look at everything happening around Ripple and XRP, I would not be surprised if Ripple is in a prime position to become just as big, if not bigger than Swift. Remember, Swift, Ripple, and Citi, the head of payments at all three, were recently in a discussion regarding the new rails to the new world. I believe that all of what we are seeing here, the AMM, the moves made by Ripple in just the last couple months with, custody services, things like that, it's all hinting at the same exact end goal. But also we have David Schwartz explains with the help of a success story why the decentralized exchange of the XRP ledger and thus implicitly also the AMM are the absolute game changer. There will be gateways with high liquidity, so there is no need for further incentives to provide liquidity via the liquidity pools on the DEX. These systems are completely open. XRP is available to anybody. Check this out. It's about 3 minutes long.
This is the part I've never quite got my head around. For this to work, you almost need like a local market maker who's going to sit there and be willing to hold those XRP and move in and out of pesos or whatever exotic currency, like you often cite the Philippines is another one. What are these companies? Like, it's sort of like, yes, that would work if these companies existed, but do they even exist?
So this is one of the very interesting things. Like, if you had to go out and recruit somebody to do that, it would be very difficult. You'd have to pay them to do it, because why would they do it if not that someone was paying them? But because these systems are completely open, and I think this is one of the most important things that distinguishes us from our competitors, and is sort of why would I use a digital asset? These systems are completely open. XRP is available to anybody. You don't need to agree with anybody to use it or hold it. And so if you have somebody who has a counterflow, like you have someone who has a bunch of grocery stores in Mexico, and he's paying 6% to move his Mexican pesos into the United States, he can just offer that liquidity. And what we've discovered, and honestly, I was surprised at this, like we had plans ready to pay people to make markets if that was necessary, and it has not been. What's happened is that people who have counterflows or people who have the ability to settle internationally have found these open marketplaces for the services that they offer. And what you get is you get a kind of netting. So typically you could only net inside a closed ecosystem, but these ecosystems are completely open and they can net. So people who are moving in one direction find people who are moving in the other direction, people with counterflows find each other. I guess you could argue that we might exhaust the existence of counterflows, we might exhaust the ability to net, but it doesn't seem so. It seems like that, to my surprise, honestly, has not been an issue. The liquidity, if you build it, they will come, has happened in these open ecosystems because anybody who has that ability can participate.
Okay, well, give us some examples. You mentioned a Mexican grocer, but give me like a success story or two on the ground of someone who's deciding to, net with XRP.
Well, in many cases, we don't know because these ecosystems are completely open. One of my favorite stories was in the very, very early days of the XRP ledger. It didn't involve Ripple, the company, at all. It was completely organic. Somebody opened a gateway, which is essentially a company that issues a stable coin in Chinese yuan. And there were remittance flows just immediately. There were flows in both directions. I think part of it might have been capital controls. People who really wanted to get money out of China were counterflows to the remittance flows. And they just found each other. And all of the liquidity was gone immediately, like in a couple of hours, and the liquidity just increased, and it ramped up to about $8 million a day. Since then, that's disappeared, so I don't know if it's because the Chinese government crackdown or just exhaustion, but there was and I think also part of the sort of on-ledger liquidity was kind of not popular today like it was back then. This was kind of during the crypto boom. But it just completely organically, people who wanted to move money into China found people who wanted to move money out of China, and they set up their own netting system directly on the ledger with nobody managing or running it.
But you need an exchange to do that, right?
Well, in this case, it was quite interesting. So you needed three components. So you needed some way to get yuan on and off the ledger, and there was a company in China that basically what they did is effectively they issued a stable coin. So you would give them yuan and they would issue a digital asset and vice versa. The XRP ledger has a built-in decentralized exchange. So that decentralized exchange became the marketplace.
And remember, right, like if we're talking about an open market, even with tokenization, just recently, we've been really talking about tokenization. You still need someone building out a marketplace for that. But what if you don't need to build out that marketplace? What if you have a decentralized exchange that's the most liquid decentralized exchange in crypto, the AMM will put the XRP ledger in a prime position to be that. What if you have this decentralized exchange that's the most liquid decentralized exchange in crypto that has the opportunity to make those markets for anything that's tokenized, for stable coins, CBDCs, anything? That's why I believe the AMM is so significant, because it does put XRP and the XRP ledger into that prime position. This is all of the pieces falling into place. But also, we just recently found some significant documents. Big shout out to Smoke Dog and Anderson for this. First, this is from the consumerfinance.gov website. This is from Smoke Dog. The first document is big. Swift GPI documented as being able to expand partnerships of virtual currency companies like Ripple. Mind you, Swift does not deal in settlement or clearing. We have here, let me open this up in a new tab. Let me zoom in. The continued growth of expanding functionality of the Society for Worldwide Interbank Financial Telecommunications, SWIFT's global payment innovation GPI tracking product, which can increase the amount of upfront information available to sending institutions and the expansion of the major payment card network's capacity to support cross-border payments. We have down here, 3, the continued growth and expanding partnerships of virtual currency companies such as Ripple, which offer both a payments messaging platform to support cross-border money transfers, as well as a proprietary virtual currency, XRP, which can be used to affect settlement of those transfers. Mind you, Swift does not deal in clearing and settlement. They use third-party players. And here we have Ripple and XRP both being mentioned. That's significant. But following this, big shout out to Anderson, he actually quoted this, and this is actually an updated one. It says, Swift has allowed blockchain solutions to make use of the GPI platform. These developments allowed the support for digital currencies plus Ripple. We even have down here support for digital currencies. Multiple initiatives are running around digital currencies explored by central banks and global banks, as well as distributed ledger technology-based cross-border schemes such as Ripple. Even Swift has allowed blockchain solutions to make use of its global payments innovation platform for near real-time payments. With these developments in play, it is important for a payments hub to have support for digital currencies. Here we have ECS Fin, which, by the way, they have been working with Ripple in the past. ECS Fin is an engineering enterprise that specializes in purpose optimization. We design software solutions with a systems approach to transaction processing. Founded in 1999 as a consulting firm, ECS advised many Fortune 100 companies, coordinating business divisions and technology groups. ECS observed the difficulties faced by its customers dealing with multiple products from different vendors, very long implementation cycles, project overruns, and unsatisfied user groups. ECS developed IMS solutions, combining processing modulars, supporting components and connectivity services, taking into considerations the complete life cycle of a transaction rather than catering to the need of a specific business division. ECS offers a complete solution in the area transaction processing to financial institutions and corporates. And then we have Smoke also quoting this with ECS Fin, Ripple integration. Here we have it, Enterprise Payment Hub datasheet, gateways and standards, FedWire, SEPA, CHIPS, Ripple, blockchain, ISO 20022, open banking APIs, Swift GPI, are all of that. Everything included, but Ripple being mentioned as a significant player around blockchain. And remember, when we look at ECS Fin, they are a very big player. They've been around for a very long time. But regardless of that, on the next slide, we have key features of a modern payments hub. Payment modulars. There you still have Ripple being mentioned yet again. You have the bank systems at the bottom. ECS is a bank system. This is the entire breakdown of a modern payment hub. Focus on these connections. But beyond this, back in 2021, there was an article, Finding the Big Picture in Corporate's Web of Payment Infrastructure, where they specifically mentioned Ripple. This is from the CEO of ECS Fin. The number one thing to mention here is optimizing payment paths. The practice of batching payment files together and submitting that data to a financial institution is similarly plagued by friction. Friction is the big focus. Banks themselves will take weeks to sort through those files and then often provide very limited means to carry out those transactions. Though common, this strategy fails to present an opportunity to optimize transaction routing throughout the growing number of infrastructures available, whether it be through ACH, Swift, Ripple, the correspondent banking network, or otherwise. Again, Ripple is already deeply connected on every single front here. Where you see Swift, you still see Ripple. Is Ripple the new Swift? I would argue that it's not the new Swift. It will be bigger than Swift once we have proper regulations in place and once we have everything go live. Now, it's going to take some time to get to that point, but this is what I look forward to. Everything's falling into place. Whether or not you want to believe it or not, that's okay. That's your choice. But these connections, these significant moves being made, the AMM, all of it, it's all pieces to the puzzle. And with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did enjoy the video, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord in the description below. And also, if you guys do want to go check out NordVPN, guys, right now they are giving out a deal that is so significant. You get 4 free months and you get a massive amount of offerings. Right now, if you are choosing the 2-year plan, you get an Uber Eats voucher, but you also get 4 free months. And you save 64 to 72% off. You are saving over $100 to almost $300 some dollars. It is very, very significant. So if you guys do want to go check this out, you guys are more than welcome to utilize my link down in the description below, as well as in the comments below. Of course, this is an affiliate deal, so I do get paid from you guys purchasing through my link. But NordVPN has been solid. I've been utilizing them for a while. So if you guys do want to go check them out, you guys are more than welcome to. And with that being said, thanks for watching. This has been Nick. Peace out.